Hi everyone and welcome back. In the previous lectures on prompt engineering, we talked a lot about how to frame your instructions and what information to include. But apart from the instructions, sometimes you also need to provide the AI with source materials like documents, spreadsheets, screenshots, or PDFs, so it can review and analyze them. Let's see how it works. You can provide information from documents and images to Gemini in two main ways: by pasting the text directly into the chat or by attaching the entire file to the conversation. So the first option, pasting the text, works well when you only need help with a specific fragment of your document. For example, here is my resume, and I want feedback on just one section of the document. So I can just copy it, paste it into the chat, and then give the instructions to Gemini. So I said that this is a fragment from my resume, and I asked Gemini if these skills are relevant for a head of product position for a fintech startup. And here is the response. But oftentimes you want Gemini to work with the entire document, like a long PDF or a complex spreadsheet. Gemini can handle almost any common file type, from Word document to CSV files, photos, and even videos. To attach the file, click on the plus icon on the left-hand side of the chat bar. You can choose a file from your device, from your Google Drive, your Google Photos. So let's take one example. I need some ideas for what to cook for dinner. What I'm gonna do, I will upload several photos of ingredients I have in my fridge. These are the ingredients that I have. I'll ask Gemini what are the 3 simple dinner recipes I can make in under 20 minutes. And here are the recommendations that Gemini provided. You see that it successfully identified the ingredients based on the pictures. Here we see Gemini's ability to recognize objects and apply creative reasoning. Next, let's try a document. Let's say you have received a complex utility bill document. So you can upload this PDF to Gemini and ask if it can summarize the main charges. Let's try this out. I will return to the same chat, click on the plus icon, and then choose files from my local drive. And here is my prompt. Let's use fast model here, because it should be pretty straightforward request. And let's see what reply we're gonna get. Yeah, pretty great, correct summary of the charges, as well as my data usage. All good here. All right, let's try something else and submit different types of documents to Gemini to see if it can really work with different files. I have a PDF with my flight itinerary for my upcoming trip to Phuket. And here I have a travel guide with some information regarding the tours that I can do there while I'm in Phuket. All right, this demo takes quite a while. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop this response. I'll copy this prompt and open a new chat. I included the same prompt, and here Let's change to thinking, because I have quite a complex PDF document here. I also have visuals with concrete dates that Gemini needs to analyze and compare with the dates in this document. So perhaps it would be better to switch to a smarter model. Let's try this out. Now we got the result almost immediately. So let's read what Gemini tells us. It recognizes all the information in the documents that I provided, and it also figured out nice recommendation on what I can do just after I arrived into my destination. This is where we see Gemini acting as our personal coordinator, connecting dots across different file types. And please remember that while Gemini can read and analyze these files to generate summaries, tables, or recommendations, it won't actually change the original file itself. All right, moving on with our demo. Let's say that I have an audio file that I want Gemini to analyze. As always, I'm clicking on plus button. Then I select in my audio file. And here is my prompt. Can you summarize the key points of this audio? I'm going to continue using thinking mode here, because this is a more complex task rather than just asking a quick question. And here is the summary. This is the correct summary provided by Gemini. I can confirm this as this is the recording that I prepared myself for my other course. Great job, Gemini. And let me also demonstrate how it can work with videos. I have this link to Google Keynote presentation. And since right now I'm working on Gemini course, I want Gemini help me find all the moments when speakers talk about Gemini app, new functionality. Let's hit enter and look what Gemini will suggest. Here is the detailed analysis of this video. And what I really like here is that it included the time codes. For example, we see here that Gemini mentioned about personal context, and it included this specific time code where one of the speakers were talking about this functionality. So if I would like to review this conversation, I can just click on that time code and I will be redirected to this part of the presentation. And that's it for this lecture. Let's briefly sum up what we've learned here. Most modern AI models accept common file formats, including PDFs, Word documents, Excel files, CSVs, images, and text files. Files can be uploaded using an upload button or attachment icon on the chat interface. You need to give clear instructions about what you want the AI to do with the files. Being specific with your requests leads to better results. You can upload multiple files and ask the AI model to compare them or analyze them together. The AI usually won't edit your file directly, but it can generate improved content you can copy back into your document. All right, and I'll see you in the next lecture.